Please welcome to the stage, Miles Teller.
I was also a second chair alto sax in my high school jazz band. That also gets overlooked. Everyone wants to play alto, but I think tenor has a better sound. I would have went and played that. Yeah, hey buddy.
Hey buddy.
How cool is this?
This is pretty epic.
Overdue in my opinion. You know you're on Hollywood Boulevard when there's sirens kind of making its way into all the speeches here. But yeah, it really is an honor for me to be here to help induct you. When you asked me to do it, I was, yeah, that was a very proud moment for me as well. So you are my friend and running mate. You are the man, the myth, the legend that is Zac Efron, baby. And Zac, he is more than deserving of this honor because for my generation, our generation, Zac was and is the first true superstar to really come out of our class. I first met Zac back in 2012 when we filmed That Awkward Moment. Yeah, it didn't make a lot at the box office, so that actually makes sense. Written and directed by Tom Gormican. Now Tom, originally, he just wrote the script, but he wasn't supposed to direct it, but Zac fought for him to get his opportunity because he really felt, he believed in Tom's vision for it, and that's something I think Tom has continued to do, or Zac has continued to do throughout his career in backing talent that he believes in. Also, one of the producers on that was Kevin Turin, who passed away suddenly and recently, and I just kind of wanted to give a nod to Kevin. He was very much an ally for us on that one, and just wanted to give him a shout out. But yeah, it was a rom-com set in New York, and it was me, Michael B. Jordan, and Zac, and we were all like 24, 25. We had the keys to the city, and we had a lot of fun. But I will never forget meeting Zac for the first time. He had just finished up a rehearsal for the day, and Zac was sitting at the hotel bar, and I never met Zac, you know, and so I walk over to him, and he sees me coming up, and he gets up, and he comes right up to me, and he says, "Man, I'm so glad you're doing this movie. I'm such a big fan. I've been wanting to work with you. You're so talented." And it was at that moment that I realized he was talking to Michael B. Jordan, who was, I didn't notice but he was standing right behind me. Humbling moment. Now, even though Zac, you and I are the same age, you know, and at the time we're the same age playing similar parts, our experiences up until that point and our resumes could not have been, you know, any different. You were a certified stud already. You had been doing it, I was looking through your resume, like 2002. So I was a freshman in high school, and you were already kind of getting your chops going and building your resume on screen. I remember you had a production company, and I was like, what is that? I'm just excited to be acting. But yeah, you had already worked with Richard Linklater and Lee Daniels and Ramin Bahrani and Gary Marshall. He was on coffee mugs and underwear and lunchboxes. And more probably, those are just the items I owned. And I had Zac sign for me at the wrap party. Yeah, I'm sure some people out here probably still have like some lunchboxes and yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, we're the same age, but honestly, I can't remember a time without knowing the name Zac Efron. You personified and embodied what it meant to be a movie star. You were the guy. And, you know, I thought about it a lot, about how tough it must have been to be, you know, basically 18 years old, right, when you're doing a High School Musical, and to be catapulted into that kind of stardom. And Hollywood is a really tough place, and there's a lot of stories where 20 years later, they're not standing up here in this capacity. So that's something that I've always kind of admired about you, is your grit to be able to deal with that. But Zac didn't just want to be famous. He didn't care about being on the cover of all those magazines. He wanted to be an actor. And that is why we're here today, because Zach has delivered on that promise. He's a true triple threat with a combination of immense talent, incredible work ethic, and an above average face. There isn't, hey, you know, it's like a 5 plus 6. There isn't a type of film, Zach, that you haven't starred in and excelled in. I mean, he sung and danced and held his own opposite Hugh Jackman, which if you've seen Oklahoma or Boy from Oz, like that is really impressive. Working with Matthew Perry has since said, you know, that he was so impressed with your comedic abilities working with him that he said if there was ever to be a biopic on him, he would want you to play him. And I know how much that meant to you. I mean, he's one of the all-time greats. He's played everything from the Lorax to Ted Bundy. And I know you weren't the actual Lorax, but I just forget the kid's character's name that you played. But you're the Lorax to me, buddy. He's worked with directors like Harmony Korine and Peter Farrelly. He also went ab for ab with Dwayne Johnson. What a psycho. I mean, honestly, Zach, going through your resume in preparation for this speech, I realize why we will go months and months without seeing each other, because your schedule is just insane. You are relentless. You're relentless in your passion for storytelling and characters, and your empathy and curiosity for the world we live in and those we share it with, which is apparent in the work you've done in your series Down to Earth and the various other humanitarian-based efforts you did during your time in Australia, and also in California, and what that means to you to take care of the place that helped raise you. Zach, it has been an honor to share the screen with you and to become your close friend and ally. I've never once felt a competitiveness between us, and I've never wanted anything for you other than for you to succeed and to continue to let your light shine, brother. I am so proud of you for the man that you've become. And so congratulations on having your star on Hollywood Boulevard, somewhere in between Kermit the Frog and Lassie. Keep on doing your thing, man. We'll be watching. Much love.